Welcome to Wild Souls podcast. This podcast is centred around conversations on connecting and working with the cycles of nature, becoming more aware of energy, honouring all parts of ourselves, and bringing intuition into our everyday. I'm your host, Kelly Marie Peck, and as founder of Wildly Embodied, I am here to open up discussion around trauma-informed ways of healing and more cyclical ways of living. Holding space for and encouraging a spiritual practice built on personal values, as well as providing insights and tools that can easily be integrated into your day-to-day. Hello, my lovelies, and welcome back to Wild Souls podcast. Today we have a very special episode from me and my lovely friend V, or Vic, who is the founder of V Wellness. Now, after a huge life shift at the end of 2019, V carved out a new path dedicated to authenticity, sound healing, soul purpose, and supporting her community. She believes in the human body's natural ability to self-heal and finds comfort and peace in nature, meditation, loose leaf tea, dancing, ceremony, and music. V has also just become an end-of-life doula and is one of my soul sisters. And I'm so happy to have her on the podcast today. Welcome, V.
Hey, Kelly, thank you so much. I'm very happy to be sharing this space with you. You've also been, a great inspiration and definitely a soul sister for me. So very happy to be here.
I know, it's amazing, isn't it, that we actually met on Instagram and now we've formed this incredible connection.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I think when you use these social media tools with good intentions, you can really sort of reach beyond your normal network and meet other people that moving through the same things as you and see you in the ways that you want to be seen in the world right now. So very happy. Yeah,
absolutely. All heart-centered, which is what our podcast episode today is all about, isn't it? It's a little heart-centered gift from the both of us to everybody listening.
Absolutely. Heart space, self-love, and all good intentions for everybody who's just on their journey and trying to figure it out as we are. Love is the foundation for everything. So excited to be exploring that theme with you as well here.
Absolutely. So what we're going to do today, everybody, for you is take you through a little heart self-love meditation and self-massage if you feel comfortable to do that. And then we're going to run through a sound bath with V afterwards. So just a beautiful sound bath to dip you even more into the heart space, into your heart center. We're recording this especially for Valentine's Day as a little self-love gift from us to you. But of course, if you're listening to it any other time, love is not just for one day of the year, it's infinite. So
exactly.
Isn't it, V? It's not, we're just recording it for Valentine's, but it's not just for that, is it?
No, I mean, guess we're reclaiming it in the way that we want to be using it for Valentine's. But I'm usually an anti-Valentine's person, but I think it's nice now to just push the love agenda in whatever day of the year it is, and keep riding that frequency.
Absolutely. So what I invite everybody to do right now is just make yourself comfortable wherever you are. So if you can lie down, get a little bit more comfortable, or just get comfortable in the seat that you're in. We're just going to arrive together by taking a few deep breaths in and out. And take another deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And another deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And on the next deep breath in, we're just going to connect with our feet If you're lying down, one at a time, just visualize your feet connecting with the earth. If you're sitting, just pull your feet up and connect them one by one with Mother Earth. Feel yourself grounding to Mother Earth and to her energy. And on your next breath in, I invite you to visualize a bright green cord coming from each foot, breaking into the floor beneath you, into the layers of earth below you, breaking right down through to the center of the earth. And once your green cords reach the center of Mother Earth, wrap them around the center of the earth, continuing to focus on your breath. Just wrap the cords around and around the center of Mother Earth. Know that you are grounded here. And on your next breath in, hold all that green, renewed energy like a big green ball of light up through the center of Mother Earth to the base of your spine, to the area below your navel, to your stomach, and into your heart. Keep that green ball of spinning light at your heart. Connect with love. Love for yourself. Love for your community, your friends, your family. For the collective, for the wider energies. And when you breathe out, send back through that green cord to the center of Mother Earth, that which no longer serves love for you and those around you. Continue on with 3 more breaths here. Each breath in, pulling up renewed energy, bright green energy from the center of Mother Earth, up through your roots, your sacral chakra, your solar plexus, into your heart chakra, and send any stale or stagnant energies back to the center of Mother Earth. Another deep breath in with all that renewed love. And out with that doesn't serve love. And right here, we're going to take another deep final breath in, right up into the heart center, with all that renewed, loving energy. And then breathe out that which no longer serves love. And just for a few moments, allow your breathing to return to normal. Pop your hand on your heart. Focus on that bright green ball of spinning light in your heart center. Know that that bright green ball of spinning light is with you always. That you can connect to love always. That Mother Earth is filled with abundance and love. Just for a few moments, we're going to take our focus away from the heart center. And if you feel comfortable to do so, I invite you to pop your hands on your shoulders. Just give your shoulders a little rub. Move your shoulders in whatever way feels good for you. Massaging your shoulders. Send love to your entire body. Love and gratitude for this vessel that carries you. And next, I invite you to pop your hands back on your heart. I'm going to take another deep breath in and out. And on the next deep breath in, I invite you to visualize a bright green light above you, about 30 feet above you in the sky. And with another deep breath in, bring that green light down into your body, through your crown chakra, at the top of your head, into your third eye, at the center of your head, through your throat and your throat chakra, and down into your heart. Continue with your breath here, pulling all that beautiful, loving energy from above, down through the crown, through the third eye, into your throat, and right into your heart center. And for now, we're going to take another deep final breath in, pulling from that ray of light, that ray of bright green light above us, all the loving energy in the universe, down through the crown of our heads, into the third eye, into the throat chakra, and down into the heart. Connect with your heart. Breathe here. Connect with the energy you've pulled up from Mother Earth. And the energy you've pulled down from above, right here at the center of your heart. If you feel comfortable to do so, just move your hands on your heart space, giving your heart a little massage. Rotate your hands in a clockwise position, focusing on the earth and heavenly energies that you've pulled into your heart chakra, Know that these energies are with you always, that you are connected to love always, that love is always within. Continue to move your hands in a clockwise position. Focusing on your breath, on your heart, how you feel in your body. Breathe love through you. And now I'm going to hand you over to V. She's going to guide us through a beautiful sound bath. Keep yourselves comfortable.
So just continuing on from that beautifully relaxing and grounding meditation from Kelly. If you have some headphones handy, that will be really beneficial so that you can receive as much of the frequencies as possible. Just settling into your space, whether you're seated or lying down. Just connecting with those sensations that are moving through your body right now. Just slowly observing and noticing and letting go and surrendering to the frequencies and where they want to take you. Enjoy. Okay, everybody, we're just coming to the close of the sound bath. There's no need to say or do anything. Just slowly float down into your body again, your physical frame. Just feeling yourself connecting to the tendons and muscles and bones in your body. Feeling that wholeness, that oneness, and that strength that resides inside of us. You may feel some movements and shifts in your energetic system, in your chakras, if that resonates for you. Just allow yourself to feel and release, and continue to drink water for the day, just detoxing and allowing things to flow through you and out of your system. You may want to take a moment to place a hand on your heart. Just taking a deep breath in and expanding the lungs and just connecting to that heart space. A beautiful, expansive heart that shines bright when we're in the company of people we love, like Kelly, and people that see us for who we are, and for the gratitude for where we find ourselves in our lives right now. Sending love to ourselves and to everybody that we care for, near or far. Just knowing that we can come back to this place of stillness inside anytime we want to. Just slowing down a little bit and shutting off that thinking mind. To just slowly come round and connect and be ready for our little chat together in a few moments.
Oh, thank you, V. That was beautiful.
Pleasure.
You know, for anyone that's listening that doesn't know, I'm pregnant right now. So I have just over 4 weeks until this little guy arrives.
So
And
beautiful.
this shows that a sound bath and the work that V does is so much more than the sound, it's the vibration, because he was kicking differently with every vibration then that was running through my body.
Yeah.
And the deeper I felt the vibration, the stronger he was kicking.
Oh, bless him, little man's ready to go. I can't.
Yeah, I know, it's incredible. So it just, he could feel, he can't hear it. I've got my headphones in, so he could feel that through my body, which was incredible. What a beautiful, beautiful.
I'm grateful that he's here to experience it.
I know,
Little rainbow warrior coming through.
yeah, absolutely. And I love there what you said about strength and love as well, and that incredible strength that we can find.
Yeah, I think with the mania of the modern world, we sometimes forget that our default is in the womb. So it's no words, silence, stillness, and this strength of life. And it just gets dimmed a little bit, doesn't it, when you have all these external pressures and don't get to connect with yourself much, in solitude, and come back to the earth and the heart. So yeah, little reminders for us that we are all incredibly strong. Not that we need to be tough all the time.
No.
And yeah, it's lovely to be in communities and be seen by people like you who, none of this is acting. This is generally how we rise to the day and how we've learned. I've definitely come a long way from when everything happened to me a couple of years ago and just decided that I would take things into my own hands. And yeah, I'm really reconnected with that strength inside. So I trust that everybody will find that there's a lot of light coming through at the minute. So I'm sure there's a lot of help for us.
Absolutely. And I think it's that, V, we've both been on our own journeys of reclaiming ourselves and learning to love ourselves again, and really learning what love is, because love isn't something that's external to us.
Yeah,
which I
definitely.
thought for many years it was, we see it as this. And I suppose that's the thing that when you were saying earlier, you're not normally one for Valentine's Day, and neither am I, because it's not something that's external, it's something that lives in us. It's an energy that's around us each and every day. It is us. We are love, aren't we?
Absolutely. I think, yeah, the reason why I said that, because I was like, oh, I don't know if she'll be happy about inviting me on a Valentine's podcast and I say Valentine's. It was just, I mean, you know me, it's one, I'm a little bit controversial, but two, it's just the commercialisation around it. I think it's a beautiful day to celebrate love if we want to do that. And I was listening to some things online about tomorrow and people's perception of it, and well, how about we reclaim it now, in our own way. It doesn't have to be all of the spending money, going out and eating out and doing all of that. It's just little notes we can write to ourselves and send to people that we love, and reclaim it in our own authentic, holistic, non-monetary way.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, like you, I think this journey, when you go solo for a bit, um, you do start to understand, or your concept or your understanding of love is changes a lot, and you start to harness it from inside rather than external sources all the time, which is what we do. Not saying I don't love a party and some out external things sometimes, but um, it's just a beautiful vibration to understand by ourselves first. I think self-love sets that foundation for us, and when we love ourselves, and we can start to identify our needs, and then from that comes the other and the relationships. So yeah, very grateful to be around conscious, empowered women like you. We're all reclaiming, and men, there are many men doing the conscious work right now. I'm very props to some of the people that we know with our little coming together group. A lot of the men doing, well, shout outs to lots of people. I won't name singles because I don't know anybody else. I know many men doing the work. But yeah, this is our time to rise, and I think that's the foundation for it all, is self love.
Yeah, definitely. Rise from the heart. And I think as well, I'd like to add here that I'm, I'm married, I'm in a relationship, and I've still been through this entire journey whilst in this relationship. And my husband supported me taking time for myself and the time that I've needed and the journey I've needed to go on. And that in turn is helped our love to evolve into something so I don't even know if I can put this into words, like profound and beautiful. We were saying this, we've been saying this for like maybe like the past year now. We're not the same people as when we first met. And I think it's because we've just given each other that space to love and to learn and to grow, that kind of like spiritual growth space. And that's what love is really. It's nurturing, learning to nurture yourself, so then in turn you can nurture those closest to you, and then that vibrates out to the collective, and of course that vibrates out to healing for the earth, which is what I know I'm in this for, really, is to get back in touch with those old ways and in connection and kinship with the earth. And I find that the heart's been a beautiful place to be able to evolve that journey a little bit more.
Yeah, I think that's a beautiful reminder and inspiration to those of us who, are not in committed partnerships, is that you are in this conscious collaboration and co-creation with your partner. And what an amazing thing to be able to experience that you give each other space, and you can also come together and talk to each other sorry, about how you might need time alone, or just consciousness in relationships, I think. And heart space, heart-led intentional communication is really, is the basis and foundation for that love between two people who have obviously got their own stories and traumas and various things, and coming together in respect. I think, it's a beautiful inspiration for me, is seeing you two with baby Bubba and tummy as well, that you can do this solo. That was just my journey. You can be in partnership, but the love container, whether that's with self or with another is what allows that transformation to happen inside. So yeah, honouring you too in your journey, I think it's very it is profound. It's a good word you said. It is profound. It's beyond that, and the vibration and the example that you can set, you two, is fantastic. Living differently to how other people want to live, with no judgment to anybody else, but a lot of us won't be content with certain ways of living anymore, and that's okay. But well, I've experienced a lot of triggering around me when we sort of pull away from the normal, well, that doesn't exist, but standard ways of living. So
Yeah.
yeah, I honour you too. I think it's brilliant.
Yeah, I think it's that. It's for me, living alternatively, or the way that your heart chooses, and just following your heart. There's a lot of fear in that, actually, that comes up because you're going against everything that you've been conditioned to know, to believe. So for me, it's been a big process of asking myself, okay, is this actually what I want to be doing? Or is this my conditioned belief? Or is this a societal belief that I've taken on? So it's been a lot of stripping away of that, really. But the ultimate act of self-love has been dipping into my heart and saying, okay, where's this coming from? Is this from me, or is this from something external? And that's really helped me to nurture and love myself more, because I've been able to say, no, actually, that I've got that belief from maybe, my childhood, or from this belief that someone else may have. And it's okay, those things have maybe served me at one point, but it's just identifying with them, isn't it? And learning
Yep.
as an act of self-love to let them go, because they're not serving you.
Yeah. I think other people's ways of loving and other people's their heart's desire and everything that someone else chooses to do for themselves is beautiful to watch and see. And then if we differ from that, that's also okay. And I think what you mentioned about deprogramming or delaying and unlearning from the conditioning, and some of it won't be, it's not a blame thing. It's a lot of the conditioning is not going to come from a place of hatred, but well, not from in family settings, more from sort of matrixy Babylon-y stuff. But I think, well, you said this, I mean, there's a lot of fear that comes up when you lead with your heart, but then once you realise that love is the only thing, that fear and worry and all of that stuff is actually an illusion. The love vibration, I understood recently that, love and fear are like a volume dial, like lower volume, like no mute sound is a fear in the lower vibrations, and then love is high. So can they exist at the same time? Perhaps not. And so some of the practices that I've been doing to get me to this space of self-love is releasing that fear and that worry and illusion, because the trusting in, whether it's spirit, Jah, God, whoever your external, whatever your belief system, basically, whoever you pray to, and however we want to use that word, because some people are still triggered by the word prayer and it being a religious thing, when actually it's just you're speaking to your guides, your people, whoever. I think trusting and believing in a higher source, a higher energy, can help us to release those fears as we push gently forward on a heart-led path. And yeah, it's a bit what's it, apprehensive, and it's strange doing all these new things in weird settings. I mean, you obviously living in a van for however many, that's, I guess, how we connected originally, because it's inspiring. Is not everybody is meant to live in the same way. We're made up of so many different past lives and needs and energies whirling inside of us, that when you have the calling, and if it is love led and well intentioned, then you're only gonna hurt yourself by not moving forward on that. However anybody else around you reacts or maybe resents you moving forward in your own way. So yeah, lots of learning, And I just think the more of us that claim the life we want to lead, and lots of people are doing it. We're all inspiring each other on whether it's Instagram or in our own communities or in our yoga classes or whatever soundboards. It's beautiful to hear the stories that are being shared right now about reclaiming individual ways of living and existing. So yeah.
Absolutely. I'm connected with so many people who are just living in their own way and choosing themselves, really.
Yeah.
And that, yeah, like I said, that is what self love is. And that's what helps you to, once you choose yourself like that, you know yourself more, then your relationship with yourself is more intimate. Your relationship with everybody else around you is more intimate because you've tuned into that frequency. You're on a different channel almost. You've kind of ditched the shoulds, the coulds, the woulds. It's just like, oh fuck it, I'm just going to live life for me now. And
Exactly. Yeah, I think coulda, woulda, shoulda was from one of the Sex and the City episodes back in the day, and Sam was like, coulda, woulda, shoulda. Like we don't exist in that realm anymore. Like no regrets. We push forward as beings of love, as people who do things with intention and integrity. I trust there are many people that are in this wellness space and they do things for themselves only, whereas we do have to see beyond that, and love is this all-encompassing energy and vibration that is inclusive. I think if you act and lead with love, there is no division between anyone, and yeah, that really does lay the foundation for us to choose ourselves, as you say, and live healthily, because if we're not choosing ourselves, then that just affects our mental health on so many different levels. And from there, the emotional, the mental space is where everything manifests into the physical form. So the more we choose the heart, choose our own path, the less our body's in stress, the less things manifest. And yeah, I love that you mentioned the intimacy thing, because this is what we've connected with privately on many chats, is our connection to intimacy with ourselves and self-love, and how we rise to the day, and how we shower and touch our bodies and rub cream in our face, and the words we use, and then how that also translates in nature. Tree hugging and touching the soil in the earth is not a hippie thing. It is proven scientifically to shift lower vibrations out of our system and to give us nourishment, soul nourishment. So again, just ever grateful that I continue to meet people like you, ladies that and men that are just being and doing, and really just they ignore any external judgment or the external eyes that might be peering and gazing in, which we have as public profiles on Instagram or whatever. Is act in love and do it for yourself, and be your own cheerleader if no one else is supporting you.
yeah, absolutely. And when you said then about the physical manifestations when you're not choosing yourself and how that can come out. I mean, I was choosing van life. I was choosing to live alternatively for years, but I was still not energetically choosing myself because I was giving in too much from external pressures. And it was mainly from people who are quite close to me, just putting pressure on pressure on pressure, not understanding like the way my husband and I are chosen to live, the constant questions, the constant conditioning kind of coming through. And I gave into that. I just kept giving into it. And it was partly due to a lot of past trauma for me that I hadn't sat with and healed. So the more I went on my healing journey and things started to heal, I would say they like dissipated. And then I would be like, okay, well, I can't have this anymore because that's not aligned with this part of me that's just released. And so, yeah, the healing with it has brought that lack of fear of judgment from anyone else that I just sat in for so long that actually made me pretty sick, to be fair.
Yep.
So it's not come without its struggles. It's not like one day I've just woken up and gone, oh, I'm just going to love myself more and dip into my heart. And no, it's been it's been messy. It's been really
Yeah,
messy.
I think it is. I think it is all this perfectionism stuff and doing it right, and we've got to do yoga every day, and we've got to do the meditation in the morning. I mean, fuck all that. Literally, you find your own flow. Like, what is right for me won't be right for you, Kelly, and won't be right for my brother. You know, it's just, we all have to. There's so much giving our power away when we listen to other people of like what we shouldn't be doing.
Yeah.
As you said, it's going to get messy on this part. It's certainly not easy, but nothing in life worth doing is easy. And so I think once we choose this path, we just rise to the challenge and understand that challenge and pain and suffering is a mental thing, and we just push and trust and give thanks for the opportunities and challenges that come our way. I mean, I hear you with the external pressures, and I'm grateful in the sense that I have always had my family support. My mum has been incredible, my father and my brother. I'm not sure they fully understand me or see me in the ways that maybe you do. But yeah, living very differently does evoke strange questions, and I guess just worry and concern from loved ones. But I think once you can either communicate what you need, which again is this whole journey of self-love, is saying, you know, I need this, I need to be in nature, I need to not speak for a day,
Yeah.
I need to dance like a banshee under the moon in the garden because my guides are calling me. It's not going to make sense, but the more that we are accepting of these personal and perhaps strange to other people behaviours, and we lean into them, I think the brighter we can shine. The more we accept ourselves, the more our cells, like at a very deep level, they change and shift. And I mean, my mind, body, my face, everything has sort of changed the more I've worked with sound and ceremony and the earth and in conscious relationships, friendships. So it's just belief and trust. I think the more that we all reclaim our individual paths and act with love, then this unity consciousness, this collective strength will empower many more of us. There's a lot of light coming through at the minute. There's a lot of messages and downloads should we choose to tap into that, and that love vibration helps us tap into higher energies and source energy, or whatever might resonate with you, wherever we get our inspiration from, or our guidance. So I think it's a beautiful theme that, and I'm happy that we've reclaimed Valentine's Day to me,
Yeah.
because I'm usually, you know, and that love is the central theme to everything that we talk about, and doesn't have to be all love and light and hippiedom all the time. It's just authentic, holistic living, which is nothing, which is your thing, which is many people's thing these days. So power to the people.
Absolutely. And I love what you said there about, you know, all the different mediums you use, Vic, and like connecting, using those to connect with yourself. It's like tools of self-empowerment, isn't it? This is why I don't like to call myself a healer, because I don't believe in the term healer. We're all our own healers, and I know that you believe in that ability too. So whatever both V and I are sharing are tools that are being channeled through us to you, for you to take what you will choose and whatever works for you. But I think perhaps if people are maybe starting out on a particular journey, it can be overwhelming, can't it? Because you're having all these things thrown at you, like this will help, this will help, this will help. But it's about trying things a little bit and finding that which works and in the way that works for you, isn't it, really?
Yeah, no, very, very good point. I think it's the things like, control and comparison that lead us into this overwhelm, where with platforms, you know, when used consciously, Instagram can be amazing because I've met my whole friend circle on there pretty much. But when not used, and when we get drawn into comparing what other people are doing and all of this, you know, gratitude journaling and they're all amazing tools, but we're not going to be able to do them all. And I think For me, how I started off was, yeah, quietening the mind, spending a lot of time on my own, a lot of meditation, because when we reduce the noise in the head, then we can start to hear, and the intuition then grows and grows, and you have this internal voice and this internal guidance that says, yeah, every Saturday is going to be my silent day for a month, and I'm going to see where that takes me. And then you realise, actually, I never really like going to that Pilates class every week because it's just too intense, there's too many people, it's too loud, I'm a sensitive. I'm actually going to do a little bit of free workout in the garden. You know, we'll all find our own tools, as you say, we can share what might be best for us. But for me as a sensitive, and I'm a like audio person, music has been a huge healer for me. So that's why I guess I gravitated towards sound as opposed to yoga practice, or being a yoga teacher just wasn't of interest to me. And someone else will want to be physical with their body, as they've got loads of other, you know, movement teachers, and there's so much. And also people creating a whole new practice that isn't listed in, you know, 101 things to start your healing journey. We can all do whatever, cooking, you know,
Yeah.
eating vegetables, they're all part of it. It's just listening and intuition, and I know you're obviously a big believer in that internal voice and guidance, and not a lot of us really start there. And I think that is, rather than looking to the big social media influences and stuff, which all valid in their own right, it's kind of, we do give our power away a little bit by thinking that they're going to have answers for us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice to have guidance. It's really helpful and useful to have guidance. There are many amazing women and men spreading their love and their teachings. However, I think we can also just harness that ourselves. Sometimes at a cheaper rate as well.
Yeah. Yeah. No, absolutely. I think that yeah, it's all about self-empowerment, isn't it? So, and that's what the big focus has been with me and Wildly Embodied, is empowering people, because the power lies within us all. I would say for me, at the beginning of kind of dipping into things that were a little bit weird and obscure, because it all does seem a little bit weird at first, journaling really helped, because I found that if patterns and signs would come up, so when I started doing things like communicating with plants more, connecting with the earth, just being in solitude in nature, talking to my spirit guides and helpers, there would be certain patterns that would show up, and then my logical mind would try and help me believe that oh no, this, you know, you're just imagining this. So the journaling helped, because I could go back to it and be like, oh, okay, right, okay, this is making sense now, and kind of piece it together. But that's kind of how I don't journal as much now. And it's funny, isn't it? Like, people say, oh, do you have a journaling practice? Like, you have to have a journaling practice. It's like, you can dip in and out of journaling when it suits you. And that's, you know, that's the whole point in us being cyclical beings. And it's a lot of the work that I do around working with nature's cycles, working with your own cycles, working with the earth. Sometimes you're going to feel like journaling more. Sometimes you're going to feel like resting. Sometimes you're going to feel like yoga. You don't have to just adopt a practice and stick to it for 12 months of the year. It's not necessary. It's about what feels good for you.
Yeah, I think it's not realistic. I mean, I love the point. Yeah, you do work a lot with the cycles, and that I'm again all about seasonality. And this wasn't to downplay journal writing. Like, I write, it's my thing as well. You know, I like to get the words out as a form of catharsis and release, and also, like you said, the logical brain, which is the masculine. You know, it's the balance of the divine feminine, divine masculine in us. Is that masculine is going to maybe want to put a little bit of structure to the wild feminine inside, which is cool. But it's the seasonality and the cycles that you say, is that you can be consistent in wanting to be empowered in self-love, but one day will look very different to another day. As long as you're rooted in self-love, you'll go for days without meditation. You know, I think when I started meditating, like from January the 1st 2020, every day I was like, I'm gonna do it every day, just gonna get on that mat, I'm gonna do it. And it became, as an empath, you know, I've experienced obsessive and compulsive tendencies in my life. That's just how my brain works. And so to not be pulled back into that control. It's just like, okay, cool. So when I've been traveling recently, the morning meditation doesn't come, but then I'll walk in silence for 20 minutes and that becomes the meditation. Like, it's just the flow state, like you said, and the seasons and cycles. And I think everybody just, we all need to judge ourselves less. This is a human vessel, we're going to fuck it up sometimes. But I think if the intention is to live consciously and in love and lead with that, then it can't really do much wrong. I mean, I don't believe in right and wrong anyway. Life is not really as black and white as we've been led to believe. So, yeah, very good point about seasonality, especially now when I think people push, you know, the new year and da-da-da-da, and that's never resonated with me. And I know it doesn't resonate with a lot of us that are reclaiming living by the sun and the elements, is that January is dead. You know, it's a dark, dank month with no greenery on the trees. How are we meant to create from that space of darkness? It's an internal space to come home and slow down. And then now we see the snowdrops and the crocuses, which is like my favourite, coming
Yeah.
out. Another spring baby, and you're going to have a spring baby. Is then you see the signs of vitality in life resurface, and that is what then brings that energy back to ourselves, is because we can see it and feel it. So yeah, it's just yeah, practice, isn't it? It's flows, ebbs and flows, and seasons and cycles, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's natural rhythms, isn't it? So we'll find the more we get in touch with our own natural rhythms and then the rhythms of the earth, then we can allow that ebb and flow to come without the resistance that, you know, or the frustration that comes from, oh, why is this not happening right now? Or
Yeah, no, it's a good point with the resistance. And sometimes all of this can just be words, and we overthink and we overanalyze, and that's why it's just nicer sometimes to just be in nature. We take a break from the day to day, whether it is the Monday to Friday 9 to 5, you know, whatever makes anyone happy. But as long as we're carving out space and time to come back to self and come back to nature, there's so many answers here, you know.
yeah,
There's so
yeah,
much gold, really, untapped gold. So it's good. I see it growing, and I'm feeling it more. And I'm proud of a lot of us for making the choices that we are at the minute.
yeah, me too. And I'm just really just so grateful to be connected with you, Fee, and so many beautiful people, and the direction everything's going in this like wonderful community. And yeah,
I think that's it. Is community. You know, when I say influencers create these offerings online, it is also the community behind that. Everybody coming together to sort of resonate with things, and also challenge and question and be, you know, like this, you know, group meditation or group sound baths online or in the physical. It's nice to do things together with people who are willing to grow and change and open up, however hard it is. So, yeah, gratitude to you, and also watching your journey is just phenomenal. So, more
yeah.
power to you and your wonderful community, and I just appreciate you inviting me on.
Oh, well, thank you for being here, V. And we've got something really exciting coming up in the summertime that we're working on at the moment. We're not revealing much on that at the moment, are we? We're just like in the kind of talking stages about it, but it's all going to be based around like connection and intimacy and community, and just connecting from the heart with others, really. But in the next few weeks we'll have something coming, give you a little bit more info on that.
Yep. Keep
But
your eyes
also,
peeled, people.
yeah, it's exciting. But also, V, how can people stay connected with you? I will pop everything in the show notes, but just so they've got a little bit of an overview of.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if anything resonates with anyone today, I am, and you can probably find me on who Kelly is following on Instagram, V Wellness HQ on Instagram, V Wellness HQ on Facebook, www.vwellness.co.uk is my website, and I've got a little blog space because I know Kelly writes as well, where I've just popped a few articles of some of the themes that I've explored over the past couple of years, wellness, household items that you can, swap and change, from things that may have too many chemicals in, to sexual wholesomeness, I'll say, sexual empowerment and sensuality, through to ceremony and rituals, and becoming an end-of-life doula, which is a more recent transition for me, and also a twin flame journey. So, I know there's a few people that are in my circle that also experience things like that. So yes, you can stay connected, send me a shout out, and anyone who wants to collab with us or just keep in touch, please just find me online.
Yay. Oh, thank you, V. But yeah,
Thank you, beautiful woman.
I've loved your blogs, have been amazing, actually.
I
So
do
guys, go check it out. It's
people
deep.
don't like to swear or read swear words, probably best not to follow me.
Yeah. Yeah, if you don't like swearing, but no, it's deep. It's deep. Go check it out, people.
Yeah, I'm a bit
I'm
confident soul, but
Yeah, I'm sure if you've got to the end of this episode with us and listened to us, you're going to want to go and check it out, and you don't mind swearing
thank you for
now anyway. Yeah,
all right, sis. Nice.
sending lots of love from both of us.
Yes, everyone.
Thank you, everyone, for
yourself.
listening. Yeah, take care.
Thank you, my darling.
Just nipping in here at the end with a little poem that V found for us online that we wanted to share with you. In the way the sun melts the snow, in the way the roots intertwine, in the way that skin holds warmth, that is how I love myself. In the littling melody of early birdsong, in the steam rising off my cup, in the colours of the dawn, that is how I will love myself. In the giving of an orange, in the sharing of kind words, in the mending of torn shirts, that is how I will love myself. Grand gesture, though brilliant, cannot make up for the smaller moments, each one filled by the grace of gentle love. Thank you so much for listening to Wild Souls podcast. Share this episode with a friend who you think might enjoy it. And if you have a minute, please rate and review. It really helps to get the podcast out there, which will in turn help others on a similar journey. Stay connected with me at Wildly Embodied via the links in the show notes, including my free newsletter, Wild Souls Word, and the Wildly Embodied Telegram community, which is an intimate space for us to come together to explore the magic of energetics, work with nature's cycles, lean into our intuition, and root ourselves in love. With deep gratitude to our co-producer and theme music creator Adam, and to you, Wild Souls.